1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. I'm Joelle Rabion with the Tacoma Park Arts and Humanities Commission. Our mission is to raise awareness of the arts in this amazing community. And we do a lot of sort of hosting of events in this building, be it music, dance, poetry, lectures. There are exhibitions, ongoing exhibitions right outside the door. And we also oversee the public art in Tacoma Park. I just wanted to draw your attention to a couple of upcoming events. This is the third Thursday poetry. We had it last night. It won't start up again until January. It's right here in this room. And the Tacoma Park holiday sale, also taking place in this building 2 weeks from Saturday. So the 7th of December. It's a terrific event. It's all local artists. It's a curated event. So there'll be painters and sculptors and photographers, ceramicists, fiber artists, jewelers. It's really a great place to holiday shop and to get your home nice and decorated. Yeah, and if you would like to receive information about the events going on with the Arts Commission, you can just sign the little email list at the doorway. There's just so much talent here. And speaking of talent, tonight we have the honor of experiencing Georges Collinet, whose internationally distributed radio show with Voice of America from the mid-'60s to the late '90s was heard by over 120 million listeners. I myself was living in Chicago at the time, and Afropop Worldwide was truly a highlight of my week, especially in the endless winters. Monsieur Colini transformed our living rooms into dance floors and transported us. Our rugs were like magic carpets moving across the joyful melodies and the polyrhythms of the African diaspora and the vast tapestry of percussive sounds. He's a true inspiration, and I'm honored to be here with him tonight.
Mid-1960s, if you were a Peace Corps in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, you might have heard my programs on the Voice of America. The French breakfast show alone attracted over 100 million people every day, just in Africa. The English program, The Sound of Soul, attracted an even wider audience since it was broadcast worldwide. You may have heard Afropop Worldwide. Presented many television shows ranging from news and entertainment. Georges Collinet Productions was launched in 1982. Since then, we have produced documentaries, PSAs, and promotional projects. We have trained hundreds of African and Malagasy journalists, designed communication strategies for state and private companies in Africa, and produced development television programs for international organizations such as the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the World Health Organization, the United Nations, and others. As you will see in this presentation, I have a passion for Africa, for good reasons. I was born in Cameroon in Central Africa. This is my village, BTA, where I grew up. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to say, even presidents are going to listen to this boy. Well, they did. They all listened to my shows. But I also did a lot of listening as they confided in me. But most importantly, I listened to everyday people as I tried to explain to the world this African continent that is so misunderstood.
Wonderful. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. How is everybody doing? All right. Not many people have a video resume. Only Georges Collinet.
Who produced that video resume? Was that was
The man
produced by
himself.
Georges himself?
Yeah,
So, ladies
exactly.
and gentlemen, let's welcome the legend, the radio legend, Georges
Collinet.
Collinet.
Hello, Georges Colini with you on Afropop Worldwide from PRI. Public
Wow,
Radio
wow.
International.
That's fantastic. All of you here, all my friends are here.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, thank you so much, everyone, for coming out, and especially you, Georges, to this. Everything good over here? We're good? Yeah. To this occasion to sort of showcase and highlight some of the beautiful work you've been doing with video in particular over the years. Because people here, a lot of people know you from radio.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is
Maxi Voom Voom.
Vaxi Voom Voom from back in the day on Voice of America. Bonjour l'Afrique. Can you imagine 120
Oh my
million
goodness.
people just in Africa alone tuning in every day to listen to Georges?
It was fantastic because I would go on some of promotional tours for the Voice of America, and I would go to Abidjan, to Libreville, to Douala, Dakar, whatever. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, because of course, I was younger then. And boy, we would go out, and the whole city was vibrating to the sound of Maxi Voom Voom. It was amazing. It was
Fantastic.
really fantastic.
Wow.
And you know, the thing is, what is even more fantastic is the fact that you are in a small studio in Washington, D.C., on a HHS building down the street near the Capitol. And you're there and you're doing blah, 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 talking and talking and talking. And suddenly you arrive in Africa and everyone say, whoa, whoa. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
you
oh.
had
And it was amazing.
an amazing welcoming in Mali.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
at the
yeah,
airport.
at
You
the
know, thousands
airport.
of people
Yeah.
gathered to see Mr. Maxi Voom Voom.
Maximasi. Well, we were doing, the plane was about to land, and the guy next to me looked very CIA.
A certain look, huh? This is.
And yeah, that look. Yeah, that thing. And then he says, oh, there's some kids here. There's a revolution here. There's a revolution. Oh, my goodness, that's terrible. Oh, my goodness. And then I say, what? A revolution where in Bamako? And the plane lands, and the captain says, Monsieur Collinet doit sortir le premier. Mr. Collinet has to get out first. And I'm saying, okay, I'm dead.
They're going to grab you.
Oh, not only that. Poof.
Yeah, but it was not that. It was thousands
Yeah.
of fans from the radio
So
show
fans, and it was also
buses
the-
festooned with
yeah.
your face. And I was wondering, you know, there's a funny quote here.
There is
We
a
thought it
funny
was
quote.
funny.
George, you know we'll find the quote.
You know, this is from the
We will find the quote.
National Endowment for the Humanities, right? And it sums up sort of the significance of your show in those early days. You know, it was credited with not just, you know, entertaining people, but also sort of spreading a new vision of American culture, especially Black American culture, to the world, which it wasn't being played on Voice of America until this man came and started playing it. So, you know, a pioneer, seriously.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, when I got there, at the Voice of America, the boss said one day, Monsieur Collinet, here is another time where I was kind of freaking out. Monsieur Collinet, can you meet me in my office today, this morning, in an hour? And I would say, oh my God, they're going to send me back to France. That's what. And then he said, well, George, we're giving you 2 hours every morning. You do whatever you want to do, but I want it to be a success. So, okay.
Job done. So spreading that culture to the world was a sea change, and you know it's been credited with helping end the Cold War, even just to thaw sort of
With
relations.
Wilson Pickett,
Can we get
ending,
to
Uh-huh.
the quote?
ending
The
the
quote.
Cold War with James Brown, Wilson Pickett, and people who were just. Do you know that at the time we had 45s, and there were 45s records.
The people know
And
what 45s are.
They don't know.
Okay.
This crowd knows 45.
But it was so funny because my engineer, sound engineer, because 45s were used for race records, race music, meaning that it was only black people who were recording, putting out 45s. Yeah. These guys were taking these 45s like if it was dirt.
The engineers.
The engineers, and put it on the turntable. You know, and then it turned.
It was a sea change.
Yeah.
And so the quote is here. This is every morning 120 million Africans under socialism tune in to hear James Brown, Wilson Pickett, and Georges Collinet's motor mouth ramblings about girls, cars, and life in America. That was the tenor of this show.
Chevrolet mouth.
People cutting up those days.
Our question to you is: did you feel that when you were in your studio, small studio, every day making a show? Did you feel the weight of that, the global scope of it and the impact it was having?
No, I didn't. You're sitting there and it's what am I going to do? Because you're sitting and you have to say something, and suddenly things would come, and I would say, well, what did I do today? How did I do? Things like I would say, gosh, I have to go and pay my bills and pay my impôt. What's impôt? Impôt is taxes. Pay my taxes, and people would say,
Microphone crowd.
You what? You pay taxes? Say, yeah. What is that? Well, if you don't pay taxes, the country can't do anything. That's how it is. That's how it works. And then, for instance, I would say, I have to. Oh, good grief! I forgot to put out the garbage. And everybody said,
leave all this
in
in the
Africa,
show.
people would say, "What is garbage? What are you talking?"
It was educational.
It was educational at the same time, and then would play the music, and mostly I would try to get the people to relate to what I was saying, and I was saying it in a way where people felt that, like my biggest compliments, for instance, were the fact that somebody would say, man, I was shaving this morning, and I cut myself because I thought you were right behind me. The way you were talking, and that's what it was important.
Awesome.
That's how you get all these people to listen to you. And that was exciting.
So we have a special thing today. Today is Georges and Cookie's anniversary, by the way.
Oh yes,
She didn't want that. but
29 years.
Georges.
How
Come
many?
on, Cookies. 39 years. I'm
39
sorry.
years.
Oops.
Wow.
39 years.
Beautiful.
So
Wow.
happy anniversary, and I'm sorry you're here doing this.
To listen to that.
So we're gonna get into these videos here, but before we do that, we wanted to acknowledge some folks here, and first and foremost, Marika Partridge here, who, yes, everybody knows Marika,
Yes.
and that's the whole Wowdy family, the Tacoma Radio family, but especially Marika. The connection here is through Marika. She goes way back with George, working in radio. And these are her lovely cloths, and she is all in for the community, and I'm so happy to see that the community is all in for what she's doing too. The fund drive was a
Yes,
success.
indeed.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Tacoma
thank you,
Park.
Marika.
Emma and I are on the radio as well, Wednesdays 1 to 3, Jolly Papa. That's kind of but this is the radio show, just kind of inside out. That's the
With
idea.
Georges Collinet.
With George Colini.
Yeah. It's always a treat.
So we also so we want to move in. Let's get into some videos.
Yeah, the
here.
video.
Let's
So
get into the
you
good
know,
stuff.
We're gonna watch something from Mali.
My favorite.
A couple from Mali,
One of
actually.
them, sorry.
Yeah. So yeah.
One of
So the first one is African Mosaic from Dogon.
Let's watch.
Diaspora. Traveling to northern Mali, we enter the land of the Dogons. The Dogons are a mysterious people. Refusing to convert to Islam, they came here in the 11th century to take refuge in the cliffs of the Bajangara Mountains. In the cosmology of the Dogons in Mali, West Africa, the universe was created by Amma, the Word of God. Ama gave birth to twins who represent the opposites that make up all aspects of Dogon's cultural and material lives, life and death, day and night, men and women, drought and rain. Masks are used in elaborate rituals of the Dogon's complex mythology. Their masks sculpted by the dancers become alive and help transmit ancient stories from generation to generation. And when the 50-foot mask called Sigi starts dancing, the dancer who carries it feels the breath that gave birth to the Dogons. The Dogons, an ancient people, part of the rich traditions that make up the African mosaic.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Is that That's amazing, the Dogons.
Yeah. So how did a radio guy from VOA get to go off shooting videos? How did that happen?
While I was working on the Voice of America, I was also working on USIA. USI, not CIA, USIA. And I was working in television and doing some always in front of the camera. People didn't want me to be in the back. I wanted to direct, but they said, no, go in front. You're good in front. You're very good in front. I said, no, I want. And then finally, when I could, I decided to produce videos and documentaries. I love documentaries, and these are. I did a whole series of what I call African mosaics. They are 1 or 2 minute programs that are present life in Africa, what's going on in Africa. I love it, and so I decided to do that, and I decided to start producing radio programs, and it culminated into the State Department came to me and said, George, can you help us remove Charles Taylor out of Liberia? I said, moi? Moi? And they say, yeah, you would be good at that. And to do a video that would be presented at the UN so we can kick Charles Taylor out of Liberia. And I did. I don't know if my friend...
Work?
Oh yeah, it did. It worked.
Okay.
It worked. They presented it, and he's now having a good time in The Hague or whatever.
But that
So
video about the Dogon, I remember you speaking specifically about how impossible it is to go there into that particular area now.
Yeah,
And
that's a sad part.
yeah,
Yeah,
and some of
that's
the
a sad
things
thing.
you actually witnessed with the Dogon,
Yeah.
the ceremonies and all that. Can you
Yeah.
speak to that?
The ceremonies and going to Djenné, for instance. I don't know if anybody has been to Djenné. Oh, Djenné is that mosque. That mosque is just amazing. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's being built, rebuilt, and taken care of by the whole population of the area. Yeah. And but now, all these things that I've done, I don't even know if I could do it again because it's so dangerous. And they're going to say, "Oh, did you hear Georges Collinet is here? Let's kidnap him." That's the only. Is that a shame? That's a shame,
sadly.
because Africa is such a fabulous continent. Well, you know that, and you know that.
Yes.
He's our African man also, white African. And he's not from South Africa either. No, but Africa is such a fabulous place, and now we cannot really visit it as much as we used to, and that's too bad.
All right, we have another video number 3. This one is Jelly Mali.
Jelly Madi, Tunkara.
Tunkara.
Our friend.
Yeah.
a word about the videos. These are all videos that George went out with the crew and shot. So everything here, none of this is B-roll or captured footage. This is all first-hand footage that it was shot by George and his cameraman Stan and some South African.
Is Stan here?
Stan
Is not here.
Okay.
No, Stan. But so I just want you to know these are things he's got hard drives, stacked up, and DV tapes and beta tapes, and he's got an archive that is
Amazing,
truly amazing. So part of this initiative is to start, looking at them and preparing them for broadcast again and bring them back into the light. So This next one is, a piece with Jelly Madi Tunkara. What can you say about
Great Jelly Madi Tunkara was the head of, he was the guitarist of Salif Keita, and I thought Salif could come here today, but he can't make it. It's too bad. But Jelly Madi was the guitarist of Salif, and he was the head of the rail band. And now he's on his own and doing very well in Mali. And he is, well, just watch the video. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Malian music has its roots in the griot music style. Griots were the storytellers, the troubadours of the kings. Their art was their livelihood, but it was also a traditional way of keeping history alive. The famous Malian historian Ampate Ba once said that each time a griot dies, it's like a library burning down. Jelly Madi Tunkara is a modern-day griot. We meet him at his compound in Bamako, Mali. This is a typical gathering of family and friends at an African compound. Jelly Madi's sister-in-law is a griot, and his brother plays the traditional African guitar known as ngoni. Jelly Madi started playing in 1962. In 72, he joined the rail band and started when Salif Keita was the singer of the group. Today, he's the leader of the group.
Bravo.
Jelly Madi comes from a family of griots. His father and all his family members play several instruments, guitar, kora. He taught him how to play the real Mandingo style. And Jelly Madi makes his guitar sound like traditional instruments, the ngoni.
Cela dépend de mon père, qui était le grand joueur. C'est le ngoni.
And now the kora. even the balafon. C'est assez extraordinaire. C'est fantastique.
Amazing stuff.
Well, and I see Sheikh here is crying almost. He's far from home. He's you taught the young man how to play the ngoni.
He's my student. Actually, he's a very Delmadi's brother. Because Delmadi is my uncle. But when our grandfather died, the boy playing ngoni was like very, very young. He never get chance to meet his father play because he was very little. But I get chance to see my grandfather play. And my grandfather was lieutenant, ngoni player. And I play lieutenant too. But the little boy grew up with me. And he take me like his father now because I'm the one remember him to the fathers and also to teach him how to play the ngoni. Because we want to keep the culture. Even tonight, I was in my friend Rob Colton's house. We listened to some song. I say, yes, Tumani play Malisajo, but I say, this is my student, Adama. Play ngoni. His name is Adama, the ngoni player. He was my student, very happy.
And Sheikh Kamala is one of the top griot you can find. He has a Grammy nomination, as a matter of fact.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. And I think that, Sheikh, what I think is so amazing is this instrument, the ngoni. Can you show it to me? Yeah. Did you hear that sound? Look at this. There what? 4 strings.
Yeah.
4 strings, and then the calabash.
Yeah.
And the neck, and
Yeah.
All
et
the
voilà.
instruments.
That's all you need
Yeah.
to make wonderful, wonderful, wonderful music.
Thank you. Actually, I like to say good evening to everyone, and I'm griot. You guys know what mean griot. It's a deep culture. To be here tonight is a big things for me. Why is big things for me? The big legendary, big man, George Colini. Put your hand together for George Colini. Uncle Mbafo Bamanankana, I'm going to speak Bambara. I take for George Colini, ko Cameroon dron. I be for George Colini, Afrique be. It's not only for Cameroon, it's for all Africa, all the world. If somebody do good job, the griot sing for you. If somebody is bad, you scared to the griot. For me, Michael Srekes, like George already said right now, I don't see him white. I see him black. Because he looking for this culture a long time. He work on it very hard. Put your hand together for Michael Srekes. And after that, I told Amy, because he's working with Amy from Nigeria. If you see the history, Nigeria is the capital of West Africa, because they're very smart. And Amy here tonight, I'm glad, proud for them. Every time I see them, I told them about what they do to support this culture is very important. We are here with the legendary George Colini. He been work how many years before, long time ago. But we sit down today, you see all this movie, it was a long time ago. If not George, we don't get a chance to see this. This is something big for me. The song I'm going to play to show you have the connection go from the ngoni, and this goni, my grandfather don't play for a lot of people. Some special people like King. The goni is olden Kora, is olden Bala, but the goni is a very special. I'm very proud to be here to play for George Collinet. We need support George Collinet. George Collinet do a lot for life. I swear to God. I'm here very happy tonight. Ne binna basantige, ne binna bamanyare basantige, ne bodi Johnny ma, ne bodi Georgie Colini ma, abenna di masige, abenna bamanyare di masige, abenna di masige, abenna Washington di masige, abenna di masige. Abena Canada di masige, abena di masige, abena France di masige, George di masige di aila. George Collinet, George Collinet, George Collinet. Thank you.
Sheikh Kamala.
Sheikh Kamala.
Yeah. Sheikh Kamala. Oh, Sheikh Kamala. Merci. Merci, Sheikh. We're going to... Merci, Sheikh.
Proud of you.
Merci.
Very happy.
And you can see Sheikh, I think every week. Sheikh?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Bossa Bistro with his kicking band.
Yeah.
The full band. It's really nice. We were there last.
And he has a band, I tell you, that's quite amazing. It's really fantastic. So every Tuesday in
Bossa.
at Bossa. Yeah.
Right on. Give it up for Sheikh Kamala.
Sheikh Kamala. Thank you.
Griot DC, King of Ngoni.
Merci.
So that's how, that's what we're trying to do here, is weave a little bit of music, a little bit of videos. So let's get right back into some videos. Time is slipping. So let's, I want to see these other ones. There's some really interesting stuff coming up.
This is the fishing village.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Ganvier.
Ganvier.
Yeah.
Who's been to Ganvier? Ganvier?
Okay.
Benin.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
One
Good stuff.
person.
That's
Two.
video number 4.
Okay. 3. Wow. Okay. So let's go to Ganvier, and all of you can say, I've been there.
All right, let's check it out. Next video. Let's give it up for Bien in the back there, too. Good job.
Ganvier in Benin, West Africa, is a village of over 15,000 Tofinu, or water people. According to oral tradition, in the 16th century, the Tofinu ran away from the ruling Dahomey king, who traded people off to the Europeans in exchange for goods. They took refuge here because religion prohibited soldiers from the king from attacking over water. At the end of the 17th century, pushed by overpopulation, they migrated to Lake Nokwe, where they built Ganvier and several smaller floating villages. The Tofinu are efficient watermen. They build these enclosures to trap and raise fish, while the women trade goods on the floating market. Ganvier, one of the biggest and most famous lake dwellings in the world, is part of the African mosaic.
That must have been.
You've never been there.
I've never been there.
So now you've been.
The Venice of Togo, is that the concept? The Venice floating village of Togo?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
the boatmanship on that alone was
Those
crazy.
boats are
Wow.
beautiful. Oh my goodness, yeah. I have to do a film on now the boat building.
Yeah. So where is that? Where is that village? What country?
Ganvier in Benin.
In Benin.
Benin.
Yeah.
Benin.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to go to the next video?
Let's go to the next video, yeah.
This one, Jimmy Hope. Say something about Jimmy Hope.
My friend well, unfortunately, my friend Jimmy Hope died, departed, left us about, I would say a month ago. And I felt very, very bad because I was trying to communicate. I lost all his, as we say in your country, all his particulars. And I couldn't do it because he was quite sick. But Jimmy was, let's watch him.
One of a kind.
Yeah,
Jimmy
let's
Hope.
watch him. Jimmy Hope, great man.
In the suburbs of Lomé, we met Jimmy Hope, sculptor, singer, painter, and philosopher. A true Togolese Renaissance man.
De sentir la peinture monter petit à petit.
C'est sensuel tout ça.
C'est très sensuel, c'est exactement comme quand on fait l'amour avec une femme qu'on adore. L'Afrique, il y a tellement de choses. Il y a la vie, déjà en Afrique, qui est formidable. Si vous avez vécu en Afrique une fois, vous n'avez pas besoin de comprendre. Ma musique, comme ma peinture, ça vient de mes racines, du blues.
Tes racines, c'est le blues.
Oui. Et le blues, c'est exactement comme le cacao. Quand ça part de l'Afrique, quand ça traverse l'océan, ça devient du chocolat. Mais la base demeurera toujours l'Afrique. Parce que tout est parti d'ici. Et là, et là, et là, et là. Ela, 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 ela tola kuyame, ela tola kuyame. Ah, ah, ah. L'Afrique est en perte de vitesse parce que les gens l'ont trop pillé, ils ont saccagé l'Afrique. Si on peut redonner à l'Afrique rien que la moitié de ce qu'on lui a pris, je pense que... Mais l'histoire est en marche. Et vous savez, si le mot miracle existe, je pense que tôt ou tard, nous n'aurons pas besoin de dire beaucoup de choses. Tu sais, je fais les plus beaux métiers du monde. À part Dieu, c'est les artistes. Parce qu'il leur a donné le pouvoir de créer. Regarde ce que je crée. C'est pas joli, ça?
I'm a city hero, Twingo. I'm a city hero, Twingo. Domino, Mbanaya.
Jimmy Hope.
That's really good stuff.
You know that orchestra in the courtyard was all the instruments beside the guitars, of course, and the farfisa. Everything was just improvised.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, the drumming, the
cinder
drums,
blocks on the
cinder
drums
blocks
and
and
the
everything. But boy, the sound! I've seen that in Kinshasa also, where they play. You should see the instruments, the warped guitars. I don't even know how they play with it.
Yeah, they get a sound out of it.
They get
That's been turned upside down now too, with some of the Congotronics and different kinds of sounds that are like using Mbongwana Star, using these kind of harsher tones and homemade instruments. Yeah,
really
it's really
fantastic.
Good. And touring the world with that.
So our good man is out there,
Yeah, jamming out there.
Yeah, jamming.
Right.
I was intrigued by the rock and blues. I mean, he's a Togolese rock blues artist.
He listened to the Voice of America, of course.
This is the influence of George Collinet, right there on Jimmy Hope. That's great.
That's amazing.
So we have a couple of more videos for you, and then we're going to get into some great live music. We have Congolese superstar Samba Mapangala in the house tonight. And he's going to sing. It is silky voice, really lovely individual as well. So we're going to get into some live music, but we have a couple more videos set up here for.
We're going to Medicine in South Africa next. Video number 6.
Ah, yes.
You want to set that up a little?
Yeah. I did a television series for SABC, South African Broadcasting Corporation, and also for Search for Common Ground. And it was to show that people could work out their problems, except that I had to go to places like during the war in Liberia, and we could hear the bullet going. It's amazing, the sound of bullets in the forest. It goes, and you're sitting there and you say, "Boy, do I need to do that for work, to earn money? That's ridiculous." But it was great, and then went to Mozambique to film this. It's on witchcraft, and it was part in Mozambique and part South Africa. Yeah, and witchcraft is something that I've experienced a lot in my youth, in my village in Cameroon, in the forest, where my grandmother, as a matter of fact, was a queen witch doctor, but a good one. And I still have remnants of things in my head that I was taught when I was a kid. Every time I hear an owl, for instance, I just I say ooh, but it's not only in South Africa, mind you. Everybody says, oh, they're primitive, blah blah blah. That's not true, because even in France, my father was French, in the region where my father is from, there's a lot of witchcraft in Auvergne, you know, where if you see an owl, poor owls, they have bad reputation. An owl that is stuck that is nailed on your door.
Oh my goodness.
That's bad news. Yeah, that's really bad news.
It's interesting though. In this piece, we're going to see that there's a tension between the healers and the and witchcraft. I mean, it gets whitewashed by external cultures, but it all gets put into one bucket. But there's actually a disconnect. Sort of a battle even, which we'll see in this piece.
Let's check it out.
Langa, Nyanga, Guguletu, and Kayelitsha are the relatively new and fast-expanding townships of Cape Town. It is the home of an estimated 1 million black Africans and of Sangomas, the traditional healers who call on the spirits of their ancestors to heal people physically and spiritually. Even the police uses Sangomas to find missing persons. But belief in witchcraft has its problems.
They wanted to kill me and my wife. It is a problem because the people who accuse others of witchcraft are those traditional healers. It is the traditional healers who say that witchcraft exists. They are the ones who mess it up for people like me when they say that people are witches.
I graduated as a healer, and my ancestors who possess me show me these muties, and even the knowledge of how to use them. I am the same as white medical doctors. The only difference is in our way of practicing our profession. Their medicines are put in bottles, whereas we simply dig the muti, and it is ready for healing. I want to warn you, leave witchcraft alone. Stop your evil practice. You must be aware of mutis. These mutis of yours will kill people.
We say, you can believe in whatever you want to believe in. We are not in any way saying that people who believe in witchcraft are stupid. I don't believe in witchcraft. I have my reasons why I don't believe in witchcraft. Some other people believe in witchcraft. They have their own reasons. So I would never say that people who believe in witchcraft belong to the dark world, dark Africa.
Nowadays, youth are killing people, claiming they are witches without knowing if they are witches or not, just because they hate that person. I don't like it. My culture does not allow it. A person must not be killed.
That's fascinating stuff.
But it's amazing because electricity has changed a lot of that, fortunately, because people can see and people don't have to be in the dark. When I was a kid, every time night would fall, it was magical because it was time when they had a fire in the middle of the village and the people were dancing and playing, and I was sitting there, and I could feel the warmth of the fire, but the cold of the forest in my back. Ooh. That was
civilization in a nutshell, right there. That's it.
It was terrible.
Anyway, that is gorgeous, though. So that piece there, though, it's tough to tease out exactly. It sounds like as if the healer, the one guy was saying the healers sort of drum up business in a way by claiming witches, and then this guy's saying, yeah, but then it gets out of hand. Is that how
absolutely,
it's
absolutely, yeah,
and
that's everywhere. I mean, even where I'm from, the healers are the one that they want to make money, as much money as they can, and of course they would hide poison in a house, and they would come out and say, be careful with this guy. He wants you because he has poison and he wants to kill you. I'll approve it to you. And he would, of course, go to the house of the whoever, that fellow, and then say, you see, here it is. here's the poison that he wanted to use against you.
Drumming up business.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have one more video for you before we get into some music. This one is
this next video
a little longer.
Oh, it's a little longer, but it's just it's fantastic. Just tell us about this trial in Zaire.
It's a trial that I've witnessed in Zaire, and you know Mobutu was losing his power, and the whole place was in upheaval, and to go from that place to my hotel, if I hadn't, my name was not Georges Collinet, I would be dead by now, because they had roadblocks, and they would kick people, they would beat people up, and all that, and one guy came, stopped us, and he said, and my cameraman, who was a South African crazy guy, and my sound man. And he stopped us and he said, you get out of this car and you're done it. You've done for. I say, well, you can't do that to Georges Collinet. And the guy looks at me and says, what do you mean? You're Georges Collinet? I said, yes. Oh, okay. Hey, Georges is here. And while he was saying that, everybody escaped and ran away.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
And they
That's
accompanied me all the way to the hotel, you know, to make sure that I got there safely. And that was after this show on the tribunal in Kinshasa.
Let's check this out. Trial in Zaire, number 7.
We were in Kinshasa just before the downfall of Mobutu. The country known today as Congo was still called Zaire, and it was in upheaval and beyond repair. No food, no police, no justice, no government. Somewhere east, Kabila was going full steam, conquering the country. Somewhere over there, refugees were dying by the thousands. But in Kinshasa, an island of indifference in a sea of chaos, no one cared. Actually, I did not think that the rest of the world cared that much either. In Zaire's capital, it was business as usual. Everything could be had for a price. What to do when you had a problem? Simple. Reach out for the ancestral values and call on the elders. In a courtyard in decaying Kinshasa, we witnessed an amazing trial. A man had bought a piece of land. He was poor and could not build on it. A rich man bought the same piece of land and right away built on it so that nobody could claim the property, a form of legal robbery to foil any previous rightful owner. In Zaire's justice, a rich man always won. So the poor man went to see the chief to summon the traditional court.
All the parties are present. The plaintiff, the accused, a lawyer, the judge, and the community gathered to hear and to decide.
My brothers and sisters, untie the rope, tie the bonds, open your hearts, don't hide anything. When the hearts open, the news will spread, and the fame of the community will travel beyond the horizon, reaching all men and women. Let the proceedings begin.
The chorus and dancers echo what the participants are saying. The proceedings may extend over several days, and the music helps to keep the people engaged.
We are assembled here for just one reason. Let the one who has called us here tell us why. Let the plaintiff speak. Let him speak freely. Let him tell us why he has gathered us here today. Let him speak freely.
I want to open this palaver. I would like you to listen carefully to what I have to say. Some people have told you that I became mad. Listen, if somebody tells you that I am mad, I swear that I am not. I bought a piece of land at the traditional chiefs, and my land was empty because I did not have any money to build. And then one day I find this house being built. I told myself, who is building a house on my land? I thought of destroying it. If I had met that person, I would have beaten him up. And today I find this man who pretends to have bought this land. I am ready to lose this trial if the traditional chief says that he has not sold me this land. It's my property, and nobody can pretend that this is not true. It's my property. Now he is in trouble and cannot answer.
Listen, my people, and open your hearts. Listen to me. He says that he has bought a piece of land, but did not have any money to build on it. So his land was empty. And suddenly he finds out that someone has built on his land. Listen carefully, so we can come to a decision. The plaintiff and the accused have to speak clearly. Listen to me. Listen, this one has picked the leaf. Listen, now you must pick yours. Listen to this man.
I heard that they were selling a piece of land somewhere. I had my money, and I went to the traditional chief to buy this land. I gave him my money. He told me to buy this land because it was empty. I bought it, and right away I built a house. The one who has the money to build should get the land.
Listen, you provoke people, and this is not right. You spread hatred among our people, and this is not good. You're the lawyer for the traditional chief. You must present the situation. Speak well.
Let me tell you how it is. The rich man, the one who is accused, has bought the land from the nephew of the chief. But the poor man, the plaintiff, bought it from the chief himself.
Remember, this person is attacking you because you built on his land.
It is late in the day, and the outcome is becoming clear. But will the parties agree?
What do you want?
I want my land back. I want my money. And I want to have the house removed from my land.
How can I remove a house that I have already built? Let him ask for something else.
Then I want $20,000.
What have I done to be treated like this?
The money is not the problem. You must help him find another piece of land and build a house on it. Give him 20 mbal, as we do traditionally, to show that you agree.
This is all I could find. Why charge me more?
You can't have $20,000. But you've made him your slave. Will this be enough? Will this be enough? Can you accept this judgment? Can you accept this judgment?
All right, but this gift is very dry. Will you not give me any wine? Our ancestors gave us this land. They too solved their conflicts between members of the community like we just did. People know that. I am giving this wine to our ancestors. All my anger is gone. I am not angry at my brother anymore. It is over. The palaver has come down to earth.
Wow. So that's how we're going to roll with impeachment then, right? I stole that from Emmy. What fascinated me about that was the way that music was so integrated into the whole thing. It wasn't like, okay, we're going to have music and now we're going to have life and whatever. It was like all part of it. So
what was very exciting for me is that I wanted to show to the world that every time you hear Tarzan, you see Tarzan movies, and you say, boy, you can listen to this savage. But then when you translate, and I wanted to translate it, so you can listen to the wisdom of these people, the ancestral wisdom of these people, which is quite amazing. And that lasted about a whole day. But it's just, it's unbelievable. So the palaver came down to earth. And our videos came down to earth.
That's our final video. How about a round of applause for George's hard work on video, 50-year plus career.
Thank you.
Now there's no better way to honor than with music, so we're going to play some music, and we're going to start us with a song called Mongali by Tabule Roshiro, and we're going
Make me dream!
Graced with the voice and presence of Congolese superstar Samba Mapangala. So here we go with Mongali.
Merci. Guitar.
Mobali nalingi kombo na ye mongali bomwana eleki alingi sena bonela poavana nandako aluka sena kosa na loti nota mabe solo kobimate lobi pe mokolo lelo fanda kobimate mongali kanga motema mpe nini ondima te mongali yena.
Everybody, let's sing.
Inakuvala jagaya, inakuvala zikida.
It's easy.
Inakuvala mataya, inakuvala mamela, inakuvala mama.
Come on.
Inakuvala nyanira, inakuvala mama.
Come on.
Inakuvala mama. Inakuvala mama, inakuvala zibida.
George Collinet.
Inakuvala mama, inakuvala zibida.
you. Merci.
Samba Mapangala. Henri
Thank you.
Tanache on guitar as well. This next one is a song by Jean Bosco Mwenda. I don't know if you have anything to say. Anybody has anything to say about Jean Bosco?
The song is called Pension.
Pension. Yes. Make sure I'm in the right key. We changed the key.
Ça, c'est une chanson de Jean Bosco Mwenda. Pension. Ile wakati walikupa pension. Ulimwambia bibi twende kwetu. Kufika kwa mjini unamutupa tena. Mutoto ya mwenyewe unamutupa tena. Hiyo ndio kupuuzi ya kuhusu mwanaume. Tafuta franga bio umurudishe kwabo. En français, sa pension. C'est la même chose en anglais. Pension. Voilà. Ile wakati walikupa pension. Ulimwambia bibi twende kwetu. Kufika kwa mjini unapata mwingine. Mutoto wa mwenyewe unamutupa tena. Hiyo ndio kupuuzi ya sisi wanaume. Tafuta franga mbio umurudishe kwao. Tafuta franga mbio umurudishe kwao. Guitar. Tanache. Tafuta franga mbio umurudishe kwabo. 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 Umurudishe kwabo. Angarudishe
DJ Guapo.
Thank you. All right. Samba, it's a delight. It's an honor to sing and play with you. It's crazy. It's like a dream. We're gonna play one more song, and we want to invite everybody to come up and dance in your seats. Come up here. Let's at this point, show's over. Let's have some fun, party, some dancing, and let's get down. So here we go with Samba Mapangala singing Samba. Say that 5 times fast.
Laissons danse. Everybody. Colini, venez danser avec nous. Voilà. Everybody clap for George Collinet. I love you, Maria Tebola. I love you, Maria Tebola. Tebola. Give me your love, Tebola. Maria Tebola, darling. I love you, Maria Tebola. I love you, Maria Tebola. Tebola. Give me your love, Tebola. Maria Tebola, darling. Music. Guitar. Tebola. George Collinet. Camarade, voilà.
tebola, 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 give me a love, Maria tebola, oh darling.
Big round of applause for Samba Mapangala. Samba Mapangala.
Songs for you. The DC Highlight Star is going to play just some music to get it going in here and get it out. So, you know.
Waka waka baby, oh yeah. Wuru wuru baby, oh yeah. Kona kona baby, could tell my mama, I could tell my papa, I could tell them so. If you waka waka, baby, if you uru uru, baby, baby sawa lele, sawa 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 le, sawa 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 le. I say baby sawa lele, sawa 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 le, sawa 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 le.
This next one is called Taxi Driver. You can update it called Uber if you want.
See, Jew, you know the shame. Plenty husband is too much. Plenty drivers without labor. If she must go, nobody cares. If you marry taxi driver, I don't care. If you marry motor driver, I don't care. If you marry lorry driver, oh, I don't care. If you marry railway driver, I don't care. See, Jew, you know the shame. Plenty husband is too much. Plenty drivers without labor. If she must go, nobody cares. If you marry taxi driver, I don't care. If you marry motor driver, I don't care. If you marry lorry driver, oh, I don't care. If you marry Uber driver, I don't care. If you marry lorry driver, I don't care. If you marry motor driver, I don't care. If you marry taxi driver, I don't care. If you marry Uber driver, I don't care. If you marry taxi driver, I don't care. If you marry motor driver, I don't care. If you marry lorry driver, I don't care. If you marry Uber driver, I don't care.
Power show.
Power Show.
And I see for my land. Show. Everywhere I go, everywhere I turn, everybody want to power officer did him go bluff you, yes, waste your time, yes. Change him shirts, some go comb them hair, them put leg for table, yes, and them start to yes. Before you gonna say you go here, if you don't talk quick, yes, you go for shit, yes, go shit, come back and then you talk to ram. Then you surprise when him shock for you. Say you don't go cross, you don't go cross today. And that time them go start them power show. But took the owner self, him go take him can push laborer down for road. And then he start to yell, yes, foolish laborer, yes, non-entity, yes, you don't get nothing, yes, a looking pocket, yes, he don't see a finish, yes, a looking trouser, yes, he don't see a furnace, yes, a looking sandals, yes, he don't see a finish, yes, a looking singlet, yes, he don't dirty for back, yes, you go suffer for nothing, yes, you go suffer for nothing, yes, you don't know me, sha, yes, I be general, yes, for army office, yes, I be officer, yes, for police station, yes, I be secretary, yes, for government office, yes, foolish laborer, yes, non-entity, yes, you go suffer for nothing, yes. That time them go start them power show. Power show. Power show number 10. Yes. Certain, yes. Power show. Power not to help your land, yes. Not to help yourself. Yes. Power show.
One more song. One more song.
Independence Cha-Cha?
Yeah.
All
right, we got one more song for you before we go. We'd like to say thank you all, first of all, for coming out to this event and letting us, guinea pig it for you. George Colini, we want to thank George Collinet, of course, the man of the hour, and Cookie as well during their anniversary. Make sure to wish them a happy anniversary. We want to thank Sheikh Kamala Diabate for coming out tonight and adding this. And we want to thank Samba Mapangala as well. We also have Tanash on guitar tonight. We have Michael Kweku Wusu here on percussion. And we have Josek Asikoyo also on percussion. I'm Michael, and they want to say thank you to Bien and John and Alvaro and everybody who did so much hard work on this show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And Brendan and everybody for making it happen. Here we go with one more song, Independence Cha-Cha.
This one, Independence Cha-Cha.
bakidi. Otableron cha-cha tozuie. Indépendance cha-cha tozuie. Indépendance cha-cha tozuie. Indépendance cha-cha to bakidi. Indépendance cha-cha togario. Indépendance cha-cha tozuie. Asonako nakako. Balukani motomoko. Alolaka nakater. Balingani na francomais. Indépendance cha-cha tozuie. Indépendance cha-cha to bakidi. Otaberon cha-cha bakayeo. Indépendance cha-cha tozuie. Guitar. Indépendance, cha-cha, tozuie. Okiponza, cha-cha, tubakidi. Otabero, cha-cha, tokayeo. Olibanda, cha-cha, tozuie. Indépendance, cha-cha, tozuie. Okiponza, cha-cha, tubakidi. Otabero, cha-cha, tokayeo. Olibanda, cha-cha, tozuie. Waka. Seven. Yai, Abwe. Tubakidi. Indépendance, cha-cha, tozuie. Okibwanza, cha-cha, tubakidi. Otableron, cha-cha, tokanieo. Okibwanza, cha-cha, tozuie. Indépendance, cha-cha, tozuie. Okibwanza, cha-cha, tubakidi. Otableron, cha-cha, bakaeo. Okibwanza, cha-cha, tozuie.
Yay! Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Have a great evening. Get home safe and all that. Cheers.
Samba Mapangala, Mike.